All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Another day, another dollar, another edition of the Lane Trading Chat Room. Got a good one on our hands today, ladies and gentlemen. Looking like it could be an inside day in the markets. So, if you're new, it's going to go something like this. I'm going to start off by reviewing the SPY and the QQQ, determine our market bias, pick which way we think the market's going to head today. After that, I will review the watch list on the right-hand side of the screen here. After we review that list, it will be time to start trading. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns throughout the stream, make sure you throw them up in the chat log. Remember, we are live every morning, 9:25 till about 10:30 Eastern time. So make sure you're stopping on in, checking it out, and let's get on into it. So, like I said, looking like we might have an inside day here on the SPY, guys. We're gapping up, got a little bit of support down here. I mean, the real support's in this 406 area. Definitely got a resistance up to that 412 spot. So, kind of in the middle of that. We do have yesterday's low at 407.50. So, if we get under that, should probably see 406. Under 406, we got quite a bit of room to drop. Qs are not, they don't have as much room to go. So if we get under yesterday's low, we're already under that support area. So could be a little bit of a quicker drop on the Qs in the SPY. So we'll see how it plays out. If the market ends up being weak and testing that low, we got some good short ideas. We also have some long ideas as well. So kind of just play both sides of the market today, looking for that relative strength as always. But yeah, at the moment, looking like a little bit of an inside day on the SPY and the Qs. So let's go through this list right here. First up, we got Merck, MRK. This is actually a really nice gap, guys. Just under this pivot at 115.50. So over that area, I like it. A lot of room to run, doing good volume in the pre-market. So keep an eye on this MRK. Next up, we got Dow, DAL, Delta Airlines. So this one was gapping up a little bit more whenever I first put this on my watch list, but still not a bad gap. I really want to get over that $35 area before I'm taking it. I don't really trust it anywhere until it gets over that spot. So over 35, I like Dow. Until it gets there, I'm not touching it. Next up, we got NEM, Newmont Corporation. So this one's gapping up over just this one red bar from yesterday. What I really like about this is it's kind of putting in a daily buy setup. You see how it ran up here, put in a little bit of a breakout, broke out, now it's pulling back right at that support. So this is generally a pretty safe area on the chart to buy a stock. So keeping an eye on this NEM. It does have a little bit of resistance up at this $51 area, but for all intents and purposes, it does look pretty good. Does some good range generally, so keep an eye on this one higher. Next up, we got CTLT. So nice short idea, gapping down right where we need it to be. So under this area, plenty of room to drop. Got the gap filled down about $3 or $4 away. It does about $3 on average. So really nice short gap on the CTLT with room to drop and somewhat of a downtrend, kind of making a new high. But yeah, keep an eye on this one. Really like it under that $61 mark. So next up we have SRPT. So another pretty nice short gap. Room down to about this 117 area. So 117 is going to be like a hard target. You see, we got multiple pivots, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 pivot supports. Got the moving average here. So once it gets down to 117, this thing's pretty much done. So if we can get a pattern between that area and run it down to that spot, I like it. But yeah, just be mindful of this support area down there at the 117 spot. So guys, markets are open. Markets are open. So as always, make sure you're practicing that proper money management, following your own trading plan. We continue on with this list here. So next up, we got Fast, gapping down. It's right at this 200 period moving average. So I'd really like to see it get under that spot, like $50. If it gets down there, I like it, but it might be a little bit tough to trade this one with all of this kind of support here and that moving average as well. So we're going to keep an eye on it, but not my favorite idea. It's going to need to do a little work before I'm interested in that for real. Next up, we got Mara. So Mara looking pretty nice. Nice little gap here. Oh, we got to be over the 1064 area, but I do like this one quite a bit. It's been strong. Had a nice little consolidation yesterday, and now it might be able to continue this move higher today. So keep an eye on Mara over that 1064 spot. Next up, we got Facebook, Meta. This one looks really nice, guys. Putting in a really good consolidation, already breaking out over that area. So we're going to be watching this one higher. Keep an eye on the Meta higher, Facebook, however you want to call it. Next up, we got CVX. This one's a pretty mediocre gap. Not even really a gap, honestly. If it gets over 171, we can watch it, but not really liking this one. So kind of a backup idea on the CVX. BA, same sort of thing. Not really much of a gap. If it gets over this 214.50 spot, then we can watch it up until about 218.50. So a little bit of range there, but definitely going to need to get over that 214.50. Definitely going to need to do so with a good pattern. So another one, kind of a backup idea, but worth having on the list, I think, if it gets up there. So that is the list. Let's get into some trading, guys. So markets are kind of just chopping around off the open. Not a big move in either direction. Actually, the Qs are kind of ripping higher. So the NASDAQ put in a nice green move to start the day. Just solidifying the inside day at the moment. Check out some of these other ideas. Merck looking good. So keep an eye on that Merck over 115.50. DAL is pulling in, so I'm not a fan of that one. NEM's not looking too bad, but I am going to put Facebook over DAL already. It's a quick switch, but man, Facebook looks good today. It's strong. Whenever you get one of these fat man stocks showing good relative strength, man, you want to be in that. You want to be in those. Those things lead the market up. So keep a close eye on the Facebook, guys. This is my top watch, Facebook. Want to keep my eye on it. None of the short ideas are doing much right now. All kind of bouncing a little bit. Yeah, guys, Mara is another one I want to watch very closely. Mara. Yeah, guys, keep a very close eye on this MARA. This one looks really nice, breaking out. It's right at that that high that we needed to get over. So keep an eye on this thing. You could honestly consider if you're a real scalper, you want to get aggressive. This 1 minute pattern, this is a tradable pattern. Probably give it low of the day, but not a bad idea there on the Mara. If it chops around for a little bit longer and gives us a pattern over high of the day, I will probably be in that thing. So watch it. So Mara's looking good. Meta is looking good as well, guys. So I want to watch the Meta very closely. MRK is not doing bad. NIM is okay. Who's fast putting in some red bars, so yeah, it's getting right into that support area though. Needs to get under that spot. I don't want to take it above 50. I'm not taking it above that whole number. So needs to do a little more work. This SRPT is kind of chopping around, moving up. In fact, I'm going to put Mara over SRPT, man. I need to keep my eye on Mara. This thing's looking pretty good. This thing's looking, I guess, not as good anymore, but pulled in a little bit, putting a topping tail. But still like it over high today, so keep an eye on it. Mara, Meta, NIM, all looking decent here. So, guys, give me 1 second real fast. Oh man, allergies are killing me right now. I feel like I sound so stuffed up. Guys, Mara, top watch right here. I like it a lot. All I need is a nice little 5-minute pattern, and I'm in there like swimwear. So keep an eye on that thing. Meta, looking good as well. I want to be in this meta. A lot of range left. Just need a pattern. Ooh, Mara is looking really good, guys. Mara is looking really good. Ooh, baby. over this high of the day. We need a couple more minutes, so another 4 minutes, and this thing is, I love it. This is really, I'm probably going low of the day, probably a high of the day by low of the day trade on Mara over that 1065 spot. So keep an eye on that one, guys. MARA, look at it. Look at the daily chart. Right at this resistance, nice void above in a nice stage 2 uptrend, breaking out over the trend line, over the moving averages. This is a really nice spot to be in on Mara. I like it. I'm going to watch this one like a hawk. I do like Meta as well, but this one just needs to give us a little bit of rest, give us some sort of pattern. It's not doing that just yet. And then none of the short ideas are doing much. CTLT moving higher, fast, moving, just kind of chopping around. Fast is a little bit of a range concern as well, so might be tough to take that. SRPT is just moving on up higher. DAL's short. We're looking short. CVX struggling, and then BR. So none of the backup ideas are worth watching really at all. Main focus right now is this MARA, 1065 by 1037. So 28-cent stop loss. High of the day by low of the day. High of the day by low of the day on Mara. That's what we're looking at here. The NIM doesn't look too bad either, guys. You can keep an eye on this NEM. Yeah, watch NIM. NEM. I do like this right here. This is another one, probably high of the day by low of the day would be all right. So, yeah, I'm gonna get my order ready on Mara, because this is a nice, really nice trade, guys. All time frames are matching up, looking really good. So I'm gonna get my order ready for Mara. Like I said, 1065 by 1037. So it's no dog 28-cent stop loss. So you're gonna need like just over 1090, 93. All right. Bam. Do this thing. Couple pennies here. All right. All right. So order is ready on the Mara. Son of a gun. It just went. So we're not gonna get it, guys. It's not gonna give us that rest that we needed. Keep an eye on it. I like it a lot, but needed just a little bit more out of that. Like I said, you could have definitely been in this on the 1 minute chart. Over 1065 looks good, but I'm not following my plan, and I need a pattern on a 5 minute. I need a pattern on a 5 minute chart for me to be able to take that. So not quite for me. You have to wait for a better pattern, guys. No need to rush into these things. Gotta follow the plan. And Meta's just ripping, just absolute beast mode. Qs are looking the same, just ripping higher. SPYs are struggling quite a bit, so got some divergence in the market. So be careful with that. NIM looking higher. I like this. I like where it's at. So keep an eye on this NEM. And Mara. See, that's why I wanted to wait, guys. That's why I wanted to wait for Mara. If I would have snuck in early, I would have been biting my nails right now. So stay patient. Stay careful. Hey, what's up, Racktonic? How you doing, brother? It's been a minute. All right. Yeah, guys, Mara, look at that little peekaboo over high of the day and rolling over. So this is why I like to wait for these patterns, man. It would have been almost stopped out. 1 penny from stopping out. So just like I said, guys, stay patient. Stay patient. Good. Got any hammers today that you're looking at? Got any of those hammers? I'm not seeing a whole lot right now. I do like the strength of some of these, but I don't see any patterns or anything that I really like. Still like Merc over high of the day. Needs to do some work, but Meta. NEM kind of rolling over a little bit. So you're looking at love. Nice hammer yesterday. So you're trying to go long or short? What do you need? Uh, love, not looking bad. It's in that same airline sector. So yeah, they're all kind of pulling in right now at the moment. Spy's looking higher right here. Spy's looking higher. Over high of the day looks good. Going long on the love. Yeah, and that hammer, those hammers usually act as good buying. Like, I mean, buyers are definitely stepping up. That's the only way a hammer can form. If the sellers come in and then buyers come right back. So not bad. Say hi to a Discord stream of 6. What's up? Not sure. Are you trying to dog on me, person? I don't know what your goal with that comment was, but I'll say hi regardless. All right, Meta's hanging out right here, so over high of the day, keep an eye on it. Mara's just chopping around, not doing much. Would have held that stop loss by a penny, but not looking too super hot. Thanks, Brian. Keeping the stream alive. All right, fast. Fast is going to be tough to trade short just because it has so much support. It's already exceeded the range. I mean, the volume, it's doing good volume, but I guess it is an earnings day as well, so we'll keep an eye on it, but I really don't love it. There's some issues, no doubt. My backup ideas are not looking great here. You can still watch the Merc over high of the day. Keep an eye on it. Facebook, NIM, all three of these first long ideas, these first three, which I guess all the long ideas on my favorites list right here, you can keep an eye on them. They still got some potential, especially this Merit. This is still probably my favorite idea, guys. I really do like this. Like I said, the daily chart looks nice, super nice. Hourly chart looks good. All we need is a nice pattern on the 5 minute to get in this thing. All we need is that entry. Facebook's hanging out now, so if we can get a little bit of a correction here, get some rest on the old Meta, and we'll check it out and try to get in there. So maybe get in like $1.50 on the stop loss. I mean, it has plenty of range. It's only done 350, average day is 550, so we got about half the range left. And then it's kind of chopping around, not looking too hot right now. Yeah, so just kind of watching these long ideas at the moment, guys. The two short ideas, CTLT and fast, are going to be tough to justify. So not looking really any short ideas at the moment. This SRPT is up big, so all the short ideas are kind of done. You can watch Exxon actually. This is my backup short idea, so keep an eye on this one. This looks pretty good here. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this Exxon short, Exxon Mobil, under low of the day. This does not look like a bad idea, guys. Watch it. Exxon Mobil short. Let's see STX with a 5 minute hammer. Would you consider this a hammer? This bar at 935, or I guess I really don't know what your exact criteria for a hammer is. Guys, look at Meta. Meta's looking good. Meta's looking pretty solid up here, guys. It is extended. There's no doubt about that. I would like to see some more rest, but it's not looking too bad. It's looking long, that's for sure. NIM is pulling in. Yeah. This market's been pretty choppy. Look at the SPY, just straight. I mean, look at the 1 minute on the SPY. Ooh, that's not a very directional sound chart. Oh. Came up on the screener. Gotcha. Do you use like the patterns like on Trading View? They have like indicators, the technical hammers and stuff. Is that what you're using? All right. Yeah, look at NIM right back up. Right back up. Let's see if we can get back over high today. Facebook's my top watch right now. Facebook is my top watch. I like it. I like it. This first green bar is a wide range bar, but I mean that is a position of power, dude. That is a big time position of power. I'm really tempted to just give it a $1.50 stop over high today, but that breakout's really not that great. Really not a great breakout. You can consider it on like a bull flag, but that's not exactly what my trading plan is. Are you using a Thinkorswim standard? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, man, I haven't used Thinkorswim in a while. Back in the day, that's what I used to trade on, but when I made the switch to Trading View and TradeStation, never looked back. Man, this Facebook is so tempting. So tempting. What's that red rectangle for? I'm not exactly sure. What red rectangle are you looking at? I'm not exactly sure what red rectangle. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, my man. Arbo Quadrato. Yeah. Guys, NIM looking good, Mara looking good, and Facebook all looking good, looking higher. So keep an eye on all three of these stocks. Keep an eye on all three of these stocks, guys. Whenever you place it on candle. Oh, right here. This is just like, I'm looking at, I wish you can't see my finger. I'm looking at this number right here, $1.16. So this is just how I measure my stop loss. I'm looking like $1.50 would be right about here. So like 217.60 ish. I'm looking at the price right here. So just kind of figuring out where my stop loss is. You know, where it would go, how it would look. Right, guys. Facebook's got another couple minutes here. Mara's looking higher. So Mara and Facebook are my two top watches. NIM needs a little more work, but Mara and Facebook. Facebook is my top watch. In fact, I'm about to get an order ready for this, guys. So 219.14. So high today. And then I want like $1.50 on the stop loss. $1.50 on the stop loss. I'm gonna need, what is this? 220.64. Whoa. There we go. Giving it a little more room so I can tighten my stop up early. All right. Another 30 seconds or so here. 1 minute looks good. Markets are looking higher. Facebook's looking good. All right. Don't want to do a limit order. Give this thing a little bit of room here. All right. Orders in there for Facebook. 219.14 by 217.74. There you go. Facebook orders in there. Guys, Mara looks really good as well. I want to watch this Mara. Mara's looking really nice here. Not giving us a great entry. You probably could have gone in over high today. Could have justified that, but not a super duper clean pattern. Not really a ton of power right there. Not like Facebook. I mean, Facebook just ripped through that resistance. So honestly, I would like Facebook more if it just kind of chopped around for one more bar. Give me one more little bar and then I'll be happy. I do like NIM. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Hey, you as well, my man. Have a good one. So NIM is another one I'm kind of considering. I really wish it was a little bit more bullish. If it was doing this above that whole number, I'd like it a lot more. But I don't know. We're gonna keep an eye on the NIM. It's kind of a tough trade right here over high of the day. 52-cent stop loss. We're just keep an eye on it, but I'd like to see a little bit more out of that thing. Again, guys, these short ideas are not doing anything worthwhile. Actually, what am I doing? XLM. So XLM is still worth a watch, I suppose. CTLT is basically done, so no need to watch that. It's just ripping higher. SPY and Q's both kind of putting in a big red bar. So SPY just peekabooed over high of the day. Now it's rolling over. So we'll see if see how it does with the low of the day with these bottoming tails here. So far it's bouncing a little bit. So Facebook has not triggered just yet. We've still got our order for Facebook. Has not triggered yet. It says $1. $1.40 on the stop. Why did I do that? It's $1.40 on the stop loss. I don't know why that's that. There we go. So 217.64. My bad. There we go. The stop is actually 10 cents lower than what I typed in there. So got my order in on the Facebook. I'm watching NEM. Like I said, this is a tough one. This is a tough one just because of where it's at on the hourly chart right here with all this resistance right over 51. All right, guys. So we are in the Facebook. We're in Facebook. Got a little bit of slippage, but not too bad. Immediately, I'm gonna raise my stop to 217.90. There we go. 217.90. Bring it up just a little bit. Check that just a little bit, and yeah, we're in there like swimwear. So whatever happens is up to the market at this point. Yep. Got the target in there, 220.64. So there we are. There we have it. I'm still watching this Mara higher. Still do like MARA higher. I need some sort of pattern right here though. What are the other Riot up to? Riot actually does look good, guys. Ooh. Guys, keep an eye on this Riot. What's Coinbase up to? Yeah, Coinbase it has a nice 5-minute breakout pattern, but the daily and the hourly is not as good. Kind of same with Riot as well. This one's a little bit more extended, but I mean it does have a nice breakout pattern. That's undeniable. But we're gonna stay patient. No need to rush into these things. We got time. It's only 25 minutes into the day, so it's not like we're gonna miss it. Fine. Qs are still just really choppy this morning, guys. It's been trading like an inside day. We gapped up, we're having an inside day, and the markets are acting like they're on an inside day. So Facebook, not a super great trigger, not a strong blast off like I really wanted, but still doing a pretty decent job so far. This MARA is looking good. Damn it, just won't give us a good entry. Riot, same thing. What's the volume on the right? Yeah, you probably could have gotten this. It would have been probably low of the day by or high of the day by low of the day. It's about a 38-cent stop loss. So, I mean, it was there, but Just I didn't really see it quick enough to really get an order in. And I mean, it is still under that resistance at 13.15, so shouldn't be too much of an issue, but keep an eye on those. Guys, NIM is looking good too here. Like I said, I'm tempted on it. Could even get in with a little bit of tight stop loss, 30 cents. Like I said, it's a little bit tempting on the NEM. I don't know if this is that resistance might be too much though. Do this 15-minute chart real fast. Yeah, there's quite a bit of resistance up here. Right, and Mara, it's gonna hurt my nerves. 93 by 52 would be the full stop. And Mara's got me very tempted, guys. Markets are looking a little bit higher. Is it just okay? Well, it's going right here, but is that the only problem? The location items? Yeah, it really was the only issue. But man, that's like if it was one pivot, it'd be one thing. But there's like multiple pivots on the resistance, and then it acted as support multiple times too. So we gotta expect something's gonna happen at 51. It's not just gonna blast through that area. I mean, at least the odds are saying it won't do that. So we'll see. We will see. Not rushing into this at all. So we're off to a good start on the Mara, or the ride, I mean. Mara's not doing too bad either. Guys, this one still has a lot of range left. Like I said, I'm not done with this Mara just yet. Keep an eye on it. Meta's doing a decent job so far. Not looking too bad. NEM's blasting up to the area where we need it. So this is another one. NEM is another one where it still has good range. Still has really good range. So if we get a better pattern up at the 51 area, now I will be taking it. Now I don't have any excuse, any reason to not be taking NEM because now it's at this area of resistance. Before it was below it, so we were a little bit worried about how it's going to react in that spot. But now that it's getting up here and resting a little bit, we might actually be able to get a pattern on it. So keep that in mind. Bond to Dell looking for a bounce. Let's check it out. It is at some support from yesterday. There's no doubt about that. Look at was the area of resistance at 42, and now it's came down here and bounced a little bit, but and it does have a void to go higher. What's the volume like? Doing pretty good, decent volume at least. Yeah, not bad. Where you got a stop loss, probably I put my stop like 41.60 if I did it. Man, I had to stop taking these pullback patterns though. They were not profitable for my trading plan. I felt like I was trying to catch a falling knife every time I did one. So, but they are there. They do work. No doubt about that. And I mean, you're definitely buying into an area of support. All right, guys. And Merck really. I thought we were going to get a better move out of Merck. I mean, if it gets back up to high of the day, we can still consider it. It still has range left, still doing good volume, so we can watch it. But ooh, baby, look at NIM. This is what I'm talking about. If we get a pattern right here at high of the day on NEM, I am going to be hot to trot. I'm going to be trying to get into that thing, no doubt. Like I said, I still want to get into Mara too, honestly. I still would really, really like to get into this MARA. I mean, it's got a copious amount of room to go higher. It's super strong, much stronger than the market, so it's just not going to slow it down and give us an entry, is it? Son of a gun. Riot, same thing. I like Miro a lot more than Riot. What's coin looking like here? Coin just chopping around pretty ugly. So I'm going to check this backup list real fast, guys. See if I got anything on the backups. No, it doesn't look like it. All right. It always does that. All right. Like trade through the range rather than looking for new highs and new lows. Yeah, average trading range is one of my biggest. Not one of my biggest, but definitely something I'm looking at on every single trade. Guys, any in is just beast mode. So now it's not even, now it's above that area of resistance. So if you did like that trade, it would have been 52 cents would have been the safe stop. Maybe you could have snuck in with a 25 to 30 cent trade, and it would have been up 25. So I mean, it wasn't a bad trade. It just the resistance at 51 was just too much for me to justify. I knew that if I took this trade and it went up here and then rolled over and stopped me out, I knew I would have been hard to myself about that. So just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it to myself. Guys, Facebook's still kind of chopping around right here. So really like to see a breakout over high today on this one. I mean, look at this SPY and the Qs though. Look at this, guys. This is just absolute chop slop. Just riding the VWAP. Q's same sort of thing. We had that one big green bar, and then after that, it's just been completely sideways. So no clear direction here in this market. NEM and Mara are the two strongest stocks out right now. So I'd like to find a way into both of these. They both have good range left. They both got range. Next area of resistance on NEM is like the 5150 spot. So it's got some room to move, Got some room to move. As Mara might be putting in a little sell setup or buy setup here. Watch it. Nope, not that one. There we go. Yeah, look at it. We're gonna pull back right to this high of the day, or what was the high of the day, like 1060, 1070. Watch that for a nice little buy setup. I like it. I like it. And Facebook's not doing what we want it to do. We'll see if we can hold VWAP. If it doesn't hold VWAP, I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious about it. So I'm gonna raise this stop up just a couple more pennies here. Get a little bit more protection out of it. What was our stop loss here? It's $1.50. Now we're at $1.20. So yeah, about 0.8 R risk on the Facebook. 0.8 R risk. If it gets back over high of the day, I'll move it up more over the 218 area probably. So it's putting in a nice bottoming tail at the moment. Looks good. And NEM is a beast. NEM is going beast mode. I like it. Like I said, I still really do like this thing. I just need to get an entry on it, and we're in there. Nothing else is worth watching really at all. We can watch Riot over high of the day. If it gives us never mind. There it goes. Some sloppy backup ideas here. And CVX, we can watch CVX over high of the day as well. Or not high of the day, over that 171.14. So it needs a little bit more out of it, but we can keep an eye on that, no doubt. God damn it, dude. I'm really annoyed that I wasn't able to get Merit or NEM. I probably could have justified both too, is the problem. 34 cent stop loss, it just would have hit 1 R. NEM had a 50 cent stop loss, would have been up almost just over 1 R. Looking at BZ, 5-minute bounce. Yeah, this one's an inside day though. You see on the daily chart how it's inside of yesterday's red bar, kind of in a downtrend as well. So this one's a little bit tougher here. And it's not doing super high volume as well, so careful with that. Like an American Depository, so it's like maybe a Chinese company or something. Not exactly sure there. Guys, here's the market breaking out. Market's moving on up, breaking out. Everything else is going with it. Meta's looking higher a little bit. a little bit higher. So I'm going to raise this stop up just a little bit more. Just under that pivot at 218.07. So 218.05 is where we're getting at on the Facebook. We'll break out with a big topping tail. So not a big topping tail, but definitely a topping tail. Maybe, just maybe, we finally might start to get this buy setup or breakout forming on NEM and Mara both. Guys, keep an eye on these. Like I still like both of them quite a bit. They both still have a lot of range. Not a lot of range on Mara, but they both have enough range that it's tradable. Both have enough range to be tradable on the Mara and the NEM. Come on, Facebook. Get us over high of the day. Get up over high of the day and just rip. So we got a little bit of time before these end up forming, both on Mara and NEM. Man, I feel so stuffed up today. Like, just my nose and stuff. Like, oh. Mowed yesterday. Maybe that has something to do with it. Man, not getting the rest we need on either one of these. The markets continue to move up higher, so I mean that's good for Facebook, but we really like to find another long position, you know. I mean, I'm really not too mad at myself about NEM. Like I mean, the pattern was there. It wasn't really textbook pattern, but like I said, that resistance was something to be mindful of. Something to be mindful of, and that's where we were. So really no fault with that. And then Mara. This one was probably one I probably should have just taken right here over this like 945, 950. I mean, that's not a bad position. Not a bad position at all. Especially when you consider where it's at on the daily and hourly chart. Like this guys is what a good day trade looks like. This is what you want to see on a daily chart. Nice trend higher, moving on up, breaking out over resistance into a clear void. A lot of reasons to like the Mara. The only reason I didn't like it was because the pattern was sloppy, which isn't really ever a great reason. If everything else lines up like that, you just got to find a way in. You just got to find a way in. I said it would have been a 34-cent stop. It's up 41, so you would have been at target. Hey, what's up, Casey? How are you? Looking at NVO today. Check it out. NVO. This one is long at 164. So up here, extended a little bit for sure. Just like an ADR or something. Looks like it's trades a little bit thin, spotty and dotty a little bit. So yeah, it's from Denmark. So yeah, an ADR. But yeah, this one's a little bit extended. I'm not gonna lie. This thing moved up quite a bit. Had a little bit of rest, and now it's continuing higher. So what is this? Farm company, health tech. So yeah, maybe it gets going. You need price target of 218. That's a little much. You have a stop loss of okay, maybe that's why your stop loss is 164. Stop loss at 136. Man, this is an investment, isn't it? This is an investment. Yeah, this is like a portrait almost. So you're giving it a real wide stop. I could definitely see it using a little bit of that, coming back, maybe retest this 150 area before moving on up. But yeah, man, look how extended this is already. It's already up 61%. You're gonna need to go another like 60%, so 120 almost, 110. That's a little bit extended. I'm not gonna lie. A little bit tough on the NVO. Guys, Nim and Mara both kind of hanging out. I'm really, really hoping we just get a buy setup on one of these. Just give me a clean buy setup on one of these, and I will be a happy camper. Metas is not making me feel good, guys. The more meta doesn't break out, the less I like it. I'm getting a little concerned here. Really need this to just get over that high of the day. I can raise my stop a little bit more. Really, the only things I'm watching though are Nim and Mara. Nim and Mara. Newmont Corp, Marathon Digital. Yeah, look at this. Look at this buy setup. Oof. Oof. Now the buy setup would be right at support. This would be like a textbook buy setup. Honestly, on both of them. On both Nim and Mara. If we get a buy setup, it's going to look really good. And there's a 100% chance I'm going to take it. Markets continue to move on up, moving higher. Moving on up. Still fulfilling the inside day. Here we go on Mara, guys. I like what it's doing. Come down a little bit more, give us one more red bar. So this would be 15. So you might be getting into this thing in about 8 to 10 minutes. Getting an order ready on the Mara. Keep an eye on it. I like getting one more bar down, and then after that, it's a buy setup. We got one lower low. Need that second lower low. Need it. Gotta have it. Again, none of my backup ideas are really worth anything at all. So not even going to put effort into them. Actually, CVX isn't too bad, I suppose. So we can watch CVX over high of the day. Keep an eye on that one. Or not over high of the day. It's going to need to get over the high of the day and then give us a better pattern because you got multiple pivots up there. So keep an eye on CVX. Riot, we can watch. You can watch Riot, but I do like Mara better. Definitely like the Mara better. It's doing much better volume, much better daily and hourly charts. So Mara is my favorite. But yeah, it doesn't look like NEM is going to give us any chance to get this thing. Shit, Mara might not even either. We'll see. I will consider a high of the day breakout on Mara as well, but it's going to need to rest at least 2 to 3 more bars. So need a little bit more work for the breakout. The buy setup only needs like 1 or 2. Ooh, stay patient, guys. No need to rush these things. The trades will come to us. If they don't, there will always be another one. So no need to worry. Look, there's Facebook moving on up. Come on, baby. Breaking out over high of the day. That's all we need. Move my stop up just under that VWAP. That would be about $1 stop. So I'd only have like a 2/3 of an hour risk. So that would make this a lot more manageable of a trade. So I just need that Facebook to get going. What's the Fat Man doing? Anybody know? Fat Man list. Microsoft moving up. Nvidia kind of choppy. Amazon's grinding higher, looking good. Apple's moving on up. Tesla's moving up. So the whole Fat Man list is looking good for the most part. Looking higher. Death by CVX. All right, CVX did just break out of that resistance. So yeah, if we can, I want to find a pattern on CVX, and then I'm going to watch that. Yeah. I don't know about Death by CVX, but Death watch CVX. Definitely going to watch CVX. But in order to buy this thing, I need some sort of pattern. I'm not just going to buy over high of the day. I'm a pattern day trader, so that means I need a pattern to trade. Bam. So I'm going to wait for a pattern on CVX. Still watching this Mara. didn't pull in as much as I'd like to see it. So buy setup's really not too much in the works right here. Looking like it's going to be more of a high of the day type of trade. So we're going to watch it still. Definitely keep an eye on the Mara. Coinbase moving on up. So if coin gets over the 72.60 spot, we can keep an eye on it. But until then, not doing much with it. And then just not giving us the pattern. As Mara, look at it. It is. I mean, the buy setup is still here. It's still trying. Like I said, 50% retracement is at 1075. So even if it gets down to the 1080 area, I'll consider it for sure. For sure. Man, look at Facebook. This thing just needs to go. Just take off. Over high of the day. I mean, honestly, we could maybe even add and reduce, guys. 219.60, 218.27. Was that like a $1.30 on the stop? I don't even know if that would save us anything. Let's see here. So original position is 219.14. Stop loss was 217.64. New position would be 219.60. Stop loss 218.27. I'd only really add one share here. I'd only add one share, so it really wouldn't even be worth it, honestly. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hold off on the ad there. I mean, you could definitely add to Facebook. It's definitely there, looking like it's gonna break out. But there it goes. Good stuff. So I'm gonna raise my stop a little more on Facebook to 218.25. 218.25 stop raise on Facebook. CVX still moving up strong. Looks good. Mara, guys. That's not a really good buy setup at all. I mean, it retraced like, is that like 20% or something? It's not enough rest for a good quality buy setup. NEM. I still do like NEM actually, guys. This is still one of my top watches. You can watch it over high of the day or on a buy setup pullback. Either or. Either or. It's got the range for both. Mara, I'm a little bit less optimistic about a high of the day move, but we're going to keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on both of these. Man, I really wish Facebook was showing some more strength. It like switched up with the SPY. Like you look at this. To start the day, the SPY was super choppy, and then it ripped. Facebook ripped, and now it's super choppy. So it had some really good strength to start the day. Now it's kind of losing that strength, so not as optimistic as I was. But I mean, it looks really good on the daily and the hourly chart. So it really hasn't done anything wrong. And I actually have zero issues with this trade. Where are we at stop loss wise? We have an 84, 85 cent stop. So right about that 0.75 or I guess a little bit less than that. So it shouldn't be, even if it rolls over and stops out, it shouldn't be too bad of a loss. Era, man, I am tempted to get in right here, but it's just super aggressive. Super aggressive. You have a daily target profit. My like total, like trying to make like 3R a day or something. Not really. I'm just trying to. I mean, I have a max profit target. Like if I make like 7R, it's like I'm done trading for the day. But generally speaking, we don't hit that. It's just kind of follow my plan is the main goal. Take every trade that meets my plan and then manage them accordingly. That's kind of my target. So I'm not trying to make like got to make 1R every day. I'm more process oriented than goal oriented. So just follow my process, follow my trading plan. As long as I do that, then the money should follow. So don't really have a daily profit target, just a daily goal of following my trading plan. I am a little bit tempted on the Mara over high of the day, so we're going to watch that, but don't love it right here. Kind of forming a little bull flag pattern, but yeah, so CVX, we've still got an eye on the CVX, resting right at that support, so that looks good, Ton of range left on CVX. It's not doing stellar volume, but it is doing okay volume. Yeah, it's doing okay. Yeah, volume really isn't great on CVX, but we can watch it because it does have a lot of range left and it is breaking out over resistance. So watch the CVX. Markets are up quite a few bars in a row, so this red bar little rest is not a surprise at all. Not a concern. Look at the Qs. That's a clean breakout on the Qs, honestly. You're like an 80-cent stop loss, popped $1.25. Like that's not a bad position. Probably would have been expensive as hell. Let's see what it would have. Let's see. Whew, would have taken just about every dime of your buying power, but not bad. I mean, the pattern was there, no doubt about it. Just that's the problem with trading the SPY and the Qs. They're very tight ranges for being $300 and $400 instruments. So gotta find a pattern there. Gotta make a middle ground. I mean, buying power is usually an issue. Guys, I'm watching Mara 11 by probably like a 1064. I want to give this thing a little bit of room. That would be a 36-cent stop loss. So we're gonna need 1136. So yeah, watch the MARA. Watch Mara over 11 bucks. Keep an eye on it. Now this buy setup is actually getting a little bit better. It's actually close enough to where you can justify it. So we're gonna watch Mara over 11 bucks. Watching CVX higher. We need some more time on CVX, maybe 1 or 2 more bars, and then you can consider it a breakout. NEM is pulling in a little bit. Meta's putting in a little bit of a red bar here. Man, this thing is really struggling up here. I really thought Meta would be a lot stronger. Had that one big green bar up, broke resistance, like powered through resistance. Now it's just really chopping, struggling, especially in a market that's going higher too. So I would be lying if I said I wasn't concerned about Meta. I am a little bit concerned there. Guys, this Mara is looking solid. Watch MARA. In fact, I'm gonna go get an order ready for it. 11 by 1064. Target 1136. Bam, bam, bam. Do a couple pennies here. All right, guys. We got about 15 more seconds for this bar to complete, so I'm going to go ahead and put this order in on Mara. I'll type it in here for you. 11 by 1064. About in there. Order's in there. Looks like we got filled immediately. So, and with that, I'm going to raise my stop up a little bit to 1070. Will not be taking a full loss, that's for sure. So here we go. We are in the MARA. In the Mara. Meta's still kind of pulling back a little bit, so we'd really like to see a green bar. If it breaks the VWAP, it's over. If it breaks the VWAP, it's pretty much over. But still, at the moment, looking all right at least. CVX continues higher. This is another one that has a lot of range left. I mean, it's done $1.88. Average day is 367. So we got it's only done about half its range. So got some room on the CVX. Guys, NEM over high of the day is looking interesting as well. Probably do this one I'd probably give it under that whole number. So about a 50-cent stop loss on NEM. You're going to need just under that $52 mark. So watch NEM approaching a bit of a range concern if you did that. It's a bit of a wide stop, but it is the safe stop. And Meta's pulling in right here. Come on, baby. Got to hold that VWAP. Hold the VWAP on Facebook. Don't give me another reason to hate Facebook. I already dislike it, man. You're going to give me more reasons to not like it? Come on. Don't do that. Mara's triggered, chopped around. Not anything worrisome just yet. So I would really like to see it over high of the day. Once it gets over high of the day, I'll raise my stop up quite a bit more. So wait for that moment. I'd like to keep it under VWAP, under these pivots until it gets up there. Give it a little bit of room to move, So NEM, guys. This is probably my top watch here. This and CVX both look pretty solid. This breakout really isn't great though, honestly. It's making lower lows every time. So I'm gonna need to see a little bit more out of NEM before I'm putting an order ready in for that thing. So man, it's almost 10:30 already. I feel like today's flying by. Just cooking today. Isn't it weird how that happens? Some days it's just a drag, man. It feels like it's taking forever. Other days it's like, damn, you're already an hour into the day. Come on, Meta, get me there. Guys, like I said, I do like NEM. I do like this thing. I probably would give it a little bit of a wider stop loss. You might be able to tighten it up. You don't have to get it under that whole number, but I would feel a lot more comfortable with it there. Then you would be able to raise your stop pretty quickly and get down to like a half hour risk with a pretty small move. So keep an eye on the NEM. What did the riot and stuff end up doing? They're continuing higher. They're kind of chopping around, putting a little bit of a buy or breakout. So that coin as well. Yeah, same thing. So, man, look at Facebook. Come on, dude. Just get me going. Put in a green bar, break out. Let's see 220. Let's see it. Yeah, NEM is my top watch, guys. And then NEM. I know this is gold related stock, so what's gold up to today? Chopping around. It did move higher, so that's helping NEM out. But I'm chopping around at the moment. Hi, Apple. Apple. Let's check out Apple. It was moving up pretty good with the market earlier. Yeah, putting in a little bit of a breakout right now, actually. So you could argue taking Apple over high of the day. It's in a pretty decent void. Should have room to run up a little bit more, maybe 164, 165 area. Oh yeah, the 15 minutes got the gap fill, so yeah, should have room up to about 164 at least. So Apple doesn't look too bad, and it is one of the leaders in the market. So yeah, Apple's got the strength. It's got a decent little pattern forming, so you can keep an eye on the Apple. As Mara is looking good, Mara with a nice pop. So I'm going to raise my stop up to 1080 on Mara. 1080 stop loss on Mara, raising it. That means I have a 20-cent stop loss, 36. So just over half our risk on the MARA. Just over a half our risk. Man, Facebook's not looking good, guys. Facebook's looking like it might just tag us out. Looking like we're going to get tagged on Facebook. We got this bottoming tail to maybe hold us in, but not feeling super warm and fuzzy about that. Let's see if VWAP can hold. CVX still moving on up. Need some rest on that one. NEN still hanging out as well. I really wish these all were like equal highs. If this was all equal highs and all of these were at 51.46, I would be really interested in NEM. But the fact that it just keeps kind of grinding lower, making lower lows each time is a little bit concerning. So we'll see what it does here. If it ends up breaking this 51.20 and makes another lower low, that's going to be a big concern. So we want to see buyers stepping up right here, bringing it back up to that high today. All right, guys. So there's Meta. Trailed out of Meta. A little bit of slippage. All right, trailed out of Facebook. So this was about a 0.6R loss. Not too bad. Not a horrible loss, but man, this one was good too. I'm a little bit disappointed in how this performed, honestly. I'm a little bit disappointed. So what did I gave it like $1.50, right? Yeah, that was the initial stop loss, $1.50. So looking like it's going to come all the way down there. I want to see if it does. All right. So Meta just rolled over. You dirty dog. I thought that's a strong stock. There's no denying that this daily chart is good. Hourly chart is great. The pattern wasn't super stellar, but I mean, with that strong of a stock, this thing should have done more, I believe, honestly. So, it is what it is. No, not a big deal. Just a 0.6R loss, so definitely manageable. This NEN, man, this is what I was saying about making a new low right here on this 1 minute. It's not what you want to see. You want to see buyers stepping up. You see some green bars out of that thing. So it hasn't broke just yet, so I mean they still got a chance. Keep an eye on it. Mara's looking all right here still, so need a little bit more out of this thing. But at the moment, not looking too bad. We get another big pop. I'm probably gonna raise my stop up just a little bit more, just under that whole number. So it'd basically be 5 times like a quarter R risk. So or less actually, but all right, guys. Man, I'm a little bit perturbed about NEM, but then again, like I said, if this would have just popped up and rolled over, it wouldn't have been a big surprise. Like that is a solid resistance at 51, so I don't mind not getting into NEM early. We're looking at WPC. Stop 72. Short, okay. Short 72. Stop loss 76. Target of 66. So the target's a little bit tough below this support at 68. This is kind of just like a stage, like a sideways trending stock. So there's not a ton of direction here. And it is coming down to a little bit of support at this $72 mark. You see how we got here last time? It chopped around quite a bit. So you're down a little bit. So it might just bounce before you end up going down more. And like I said, it does have quite a bit of support at 68. So $66 target might be a little bit far away. But I mean, it is in a downtrend. There's no denying that. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it may just put in another lower high and then end up breaking down. But you are definitely at this area of support over here from the left. You can see from last like October. So a little bit of support there, but you're trending in the right direction. All right, guys. This thing, what a dog, man. Watch, it's gonna be at like 224 by the end of the day. This thing's just gonna fucking get over high today and rip. Just absolutely shake me like a dog. There, guys. There's Mara getting it going, looking good. So I'm gonna raise my stop. Actually, I'm gonna give it 1090. I'm gonna raise my stop another 10 cents here. Now my risk is like just over a quarter hour risk, so almost a break even trade on the Mara. Guys, I still am watching CVX over high of the day. Keep an eye on it. 57 cent stop loss. Plenty of range left there, so yeah, you can watch that. Markets are kind of hanging out in this after that big move up, just kind of chopping around. So I mean, this is an inside day. This is like the definition of an inside day, guys. Just chopping around, moving up, but staying under resistance. So, I mean, these are never easy to navigate these trading days when they're inside like this. So I think we've done a pretty good job this so far. Like I said, I think I'm not mad about the Facebook trade at all. That was a textbook trade. I mean, the pattern could have improved a little bit, but everything else about it was just stellar. So good trade there on the Facebook. NEM pulling in a little bit here. So this is what I was saying. It's showing some weakness now. A little bit tougher to take the NEM. Coming into that resistance area right here at like 51.50. You can see where that pivot is. So if it gets over that, should have a void up to about 51.85 up to that gap fill, but we'll see. Because I am going to call it a day here in just a little bit, another 5 or 10 minutes or so. I'm going to get off here and start the journaling and back testing, as always. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you get them out there before that. CVX is my top watch right here. Give it probably a 60 cent stop loss. So you're going to need, what is this? Just over that whole, just 172.30-ish. Keep an eye on the CVX over high of the day. The Exxon is looking higher as well, so oil stocks are looking like they're on the move a little bit. Check some other ones. Oxy moving up. Phillips 66 moving up. G. Yeah. What is this one again? Marathon is MRO. Like, what is that? I kept thinking it's MARA. That's Marathon Digital. Marathon Oil is just MRO. You look at NIM really rolling over right here. Really rolling over on the NEM. I'm getting a little bit worried about Mara. I really just want the big green bar pop just to get us out of target. That'd be fantastic. But we're not quite there just yet. 1 minute's looking good. Looking like we're getting a little breakout on the 1 minute, so maybe we get a pop over this high right here. Maybe we get a pop on the 1 minute breakout. Other than the CVX, I don't see much right now. CVX is the only thing that's kind of on my list, and it really isn't a super clean trade either. Actually, the daily and the hourly look good. They do. There's plenty of range. It's doing good volume. Could be doing more volume, but it's doing enough volume. So yeah, definitely in the wheelhouse on CVX. Definitely in the wheelhouse. But otherwise, don't see much. List didn't have a whole lot of ideas. We could have been a little bit more aggressive with some of these trades. NEM, we probably could have been in there, argued that one. I could have argued to get in Mara earlier, get in over this high right here. Would have been like a 30, 40 cent stop loss. So that would have done a good job. So I did have a little bit of fear loss today, but like I said, this NEM, it had issues, man. It had issues. There's no denying it. But all right, guys. So CVX still pulling in right here. So I mean, this thing needs a trigger in the next like 4 minutes. Otherwise, it's not going to be tradable for me. Not tradable unless it triggers in 4 minutes on CVX. And I really don't like this buy setup. This is not a clean looking buy setup. A lot of issues here. So yeah, keep an eye on it. The meta, man. Look at this. What a dog, man. What a dirty dog. Good thing we didn't take that. Didn't add on it though. Would have taken a full loss if we added. So that's good. Oh, come on, Mara. What are you doing? What are you doing, Mara? Let's go. Get it going. I guess a red bar is not a huge deal. I mean, we're up 3 greens in a row, so a little bit of a pullback here, and then continue higher, hopefully. All right, guys. I am gonna call it a day here. I'm not taking the CVX. It needs to trigger. Like if this put in a nice big green bar, I probably would be in it, but I don't think it's gonna do that. I'm probably not gonna be trading that. So that is gonna do it for me. I got down negative 0.6 R on the Facebook, and then Mara, I have like a quarter R open. So worst case scenario, I lose like 0.8 R. Best case scenario, I'm up 0.4 R, about a half R. So not a bad situation to be in. Comfortable with that for sure. So yeah, not a bad trading day either. A little bit of fear of loss, a little bit hesitant on the trigger, but all in all, not a bad day. Had some good trades. So yeah. Yeah, thanks again for everybody tuning in, asking some great questions, giving some great stocks out there. So thank you guys for that. And as always, I'll be back here tomorrow morning, ready to get after it again. So, man, it's CVX, man. So I'm gonna still watch this one, but I'm gonna call it on the stream. I'll let you guys know what happens in the Discord. But yeah, so have a good day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.